Wait. I know you want to sit. No sit. I get up. Ah, wait. Fine. You're gonna get up soon though, so don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. We're moving soon. I just have to share this with the people. Gotta share with the people. Gotta share with the people. Okay. Little music while I'm waiting. Or that make any sense.
Bring some stuff.
Let's begin. Welcome back. Another 7 rotations of the sun around the earth, or is it the earth rotating around the sun? Either way, we just survived another 7 of them. 7 nights, 7 days. Have you taken inventory of how you changed? Are you still the same person? Have you grown a little bit? Have you shed some of your misbeliefs, some of your disbeliefs? Have you grown new beliefs? Have you tested your beliefs? Ask yourself. Only you can answer that question. Have you tested your beliefs? Now, I try to operate in a world of personal experience, where you can read something in a book and you can hear something from a friend, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't work for you, well, it doesn't work for you. And if you were tuning in last week, my energy was very much different. I was day 3 of a fast. Today, I'm at day 10. There's been some ups and downs over the last 7 days. My mind has started to play games with me to see if it'll get me to break. The addiction of wanting to bite into something and fill my stomach and be done with this experience it comes and goes. But today I find myself energized, alert, aware, and excited to share. So today I want to share, we'll call it the steps to sync. And these are 10 individualized thoughts, questions, tools that I have found successful for me in aligning my subconscious with my conscious in order to move about in the world with full unity, full presence, full awareness. Now, this list of 10 is going to sound like a bunch of, well, simple things. And that's the beauty of it. They're so simple. And you don't even need to do all 10 of them in order to get the benefits. You don't even need to get out of your bed to get the benefits. You can do it all inside your head. But I found that when I do them, I get realigned, refocused. And I do it systematically. And I do it frequently. I came around to this list a year and a half ago. And it wasn't a list I found in a book. It wasn't something that I created necessarily. It's something that was revealed to me through listening and being present and listening to the messages that were coming to me. The way I use this list is I take a photo of it and I put it as my lock screen on my phone. And why do I do that? I do that so in those unconscious moments when you reach for your phone to unlock it and go to one of the social media applications or check your emails or whatever it might be, I catch myself. And on that list, I go down from the top to the bottom. And if I can make it to the bottom, then I'm really in a difficult situation because it shouldn't take long for me to be able to get back into my groove. So I'm going to share this with you here. And I'm very excited to share this because I've actually never shared this before. So this is new for me. So each of these 10 steps is something you can do on your own in order to get yourself back into alignment. So these are the 10 steps to sync. Step 1. Step 1 is keep your mind garden clear. Keep your mind garden clear. So let's unpack that a bit. The mind is very much a imagery machine. It is a mental apparatus where it sees thoughts, it sees experiences. So your thoughts may show up as things you are looking to avoid. They may show up as fears. Your thoughts, maybe things you regret. Your thoughts, maybe things you have concern over. Your thoughts can also be things of beauty, things of gratitude, things of appreciation. So, keeping your mind garden clear is a visualization mechanism so that you can go inside your head for a moment and envision the contents of your mind as a garden. And as you look around that garden, notice the manicuring of the lawn or lack thereof. Notice the trees you have planted there. Notice if there are any weeds. Notice if there are any vines, if there are any structures. And then do the work to reorganize the garden to the divine, beautiful perfection of your coherent mind. So, what might that look like? That might look like, well, we got to cut the grass. That might look like we have to pull the weeds. We have to manicure the trees. Now, what does that mean? When I'm pulling a weed from my mind garden, these are negative thoughts. These are beliefs that are holding me back, limiting beliefs. These are negative thoughts. And the more that you tend to them, the less they're able to root, just like weeds in a garden. The more consistently you return to your mind garden and realize, I don't want that root there. That weed shouldn't be there. These are the negative thoughts that you're gently removing and casting into the fire. Gone. And then you get to look out at your mental space and say, so serene, so clean, so pure, so vibrant. So this is step one. Keep your mind garden clear. So how can you exercise that? Well, as you're going about your day, as I do, here's how I do it. If I'm having a moment, I look at my phone. Top of the list is keep your mind garden clear. This is a reminder. What's my mind garden looking like right now? You take inventory and you reflect on your thoughts and you see, oh yeah, I'm kind of worried about this, I'm worried about that, I'm worried about this. All of those worries, they're weeds. That's all. They're branches in the way. They're fallen trees. And the beauty of it being in your mind is you can clear that space instantaneously once you acknowledge it. If you want to take this even further, go outside. As you think of your individual weeds that are clouding up your mind garden, go pick actual weeds. Throw them away. Add the physicality to the symbology, to the thought experience to add some more cohesive nature to it. So that's number one. Keep your mind garden clear. Number two, remain unattached to all outcomes. Remain unattached to all outcomes. This one's tricky. This is expectations. This is you're on your way to a meeting and you're late and you're already adding into the expectations of, okay, and then I'm going to do this, I have to apologize, I got to get this going. And let that go. Let that go. Any desire that you have, like, oh, if I didn't have this, I would die. Let that go. Let that go. Even your highest calling in life, if you don't get it, that wasn't for you. It wasn't meant to be. So by remaining unattached, you don't fixate. And if you've studied consciousness at all, when it's directed towards something, that thing becomes fixed in time, fixed in space. And the intentions and the thoughts and the energy you're putting towards it affect it. Affect it to move or not to move. In some ways, usually not the way you want it to. So by remaining unattached to the outcomes, you let go. You allow it to remain in this quantum soup, this infinite jelly of possibility, and you don't interact with it. The more you interact with it, the more you end up with regrets, the more you end up with fears, the more you end up with anxiety, because your expectations end up being locked into some fixed direction. This has to happen this way, or this won't work at all. This is not the thinking that you want to use. There's another way of thinking, which is, I would like for this result. Great, let's move towards it. However it happens, however it happens. And if it doesn't happen, so be it. Something else equally, if not greater, will happen. But you have to be open to all the outcomes, the positive as well as the negative. And we'll explain why. Next, step 3, visualize your true intention. Visualize your true intention. Now, when you visualize your true intention, you're looking for the entire, complete experience. All of the senses that you'll get, all of the emotions that you'll get. You have to bring them now. See them now. Feel them now. Embrace them now. Embody them now. You want to go on a trip? Someplace you've never been? Go do research. Look at it. And then imagine, oh, the beach will be like this, and it'll be so great, and yada, yada, yada. The food will be like this, and yada, yada, yada. Imagine all of it. I'm going to have so much fun there, meeting new people. Just visualize, visualize, visualize. Create that mental reality. And once you do that, you've now clearly defined the direction that you're moving in. You've given yourself and your subconscious something to latch onto, to focus on, to direct towards. That is the opposite of, I want to go on a vacation, but I don't have the money. I don't have the time. Where am I going to go? Like, there's nothing there for your subconscious to work with to get you to where you want to go. All it has is excuses to keep you where you are. So number 3, visualize your true intention. Number 4, remember to breathe deeper and deeper. Number 4, remember to breathe deeper and deeper. This is your default. This is your safety mechanism. This is the mechanism that will guide you through the good times and the difficult times. It'll help you stay steady while you're waiting, to be patient. It'll help you re-energize when you need a little bit more clarity. When your mind starts going, there's too much. Your breath is what will ground you, bring you back. Your breath is also the mechanism you can use in order to ascend, to transcend. But it starts with the breath. So just remember, the breath is the powerful tool that you have at your availability in order to go and do what you need to do. What's next? Back to your mind. Number 5, mind your thoughts and empty your head. Once you have decided your intention and you've released yourself of the expectations of the outcomes, being mindful of your thoughts to ensure that you're not sending additional signal to muddy up your intention. And that requires being self-aware, looking at the inventory of your thoughts in every moment, taking the time to acknowledge, I'm thinking too much about something that isn't necessary, something I don't want, something I have no control over. And by emptying your head, just imagining the vessel of it at ease, at relax, just like the water of a pond, completely flat, glass-like, where you can peer all the way in. Clear vision. The more thoughts you have, the more turbidity you'll see in that water. Whoa, and then you lose sight of your vision. You can't see what's on the other side of it. You just see the waves. You just see the ripples. So use your breath, and that will help you to calm your mind. When you calm your mind, you have a clear intention, magical things happen. Number 7. I think we're at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. See limitless possibility in others and yourself. This goes back to your limiting beliefs. If you want to see the world as infinitely connected, we are all one and living this divine experience, good. And how do you practice that? You practice that by not limiting those around you. Because when you limit those around you, someone says, oh, I'm going to do this. And you're like, oh, they'll never do that. Or someone says that they are something or want something or are becoming something, and you either in the back of your mind or out loud diminish it, put it down, you're more or less only speaking to yourself. The fact that you would hear something from someone and say, no, something that they want, something that they desire, something that they're looking for, that's a part of their experience. Letting them be, not interacting with it, just letting them do their experience. This is a part of you living your own experience, becoming your own version of yourself that is not limited by the beliefs of yourself or others. So many of our beliefs are handed down to us, indoctrinated into us before the age of 7 or 8. And we carry them with us our entire life because those are the the deepest roots in the construct of ourself before we develop our self identity. So we hold on to those things so deeply. But we didn't choose for those. We didn't ask for those. Someone somewhere wanted us to believe those things for some reason. Sometimes it is for your own benefit, but often other misguided people end up misguiding others. So you have to figure out a way to start listening to yourself, believing yourself, growing the way you want to grow, the way you need to grow, and not limiting those around you. No one's wrong. Everyone's just living their own experience. You may disagree with them, that's fine. But isn't that beautiful? If everyone on the planet had the same beliefs, the same agreement, the same ideas, oh, what a boring place it would be. We'd all be doing the same things, little automatons, little ants, all doing the same thing, same thing, same thing. That's not us. So be you and don't limit others. And that'll help you be the best version of you because you won't be holding yourself back. Number 7, show gratitude. Personally, I prefer to show gratitude to the infinite, to the universe, to the all, to the highest power that I can possibly perceive of. Bigger, 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 biggest, the big, the one, all of it. By showing gratitude, you're showing appreciation. It's a higher vibrational energy that allows you to be open. The thing about emotions is that they may exist on a spectrum or a continuum. However, it's very difficult to have more than one at the same time. And when you're in a state of gratitude, you're open, you're happy, you're thankful, you're showing appreciation for that which you have received already. You are in a state of appreciation. You are in a state of gratitude. And can you be in gratitude and fear at the same time? You can probably go back and forth. But truly, if you think about it, you're in one state at a time, one emotion at a time. And that emotion might be heightened or it might be more subdued. But when you're in a state of gratitude for all of the things around you, when you're showing gratitude for all of the small things in your life, you're also inviting more. If you can't be appreciative of the small things you have in your life, like the fact that you're living somewhere, or you're in some country, or you're traveling somewhere, or you're eating a meal, or you have water, you're breathing air. There's so many things that could be going wrong in your life. And because you have no experience of them directly, they don't weigh you down. However, when you negate the fact that those things could be happening in your life and you complain about something trivial, you're not appreciative of something mundane that seems so normal, like the breath in your body, the fact that your heart is still beating, the fact that your eyes can see, your ears can hear, your senses are operating. All of these things seem so basic. But the more you show gratitude for those things, the more other things will open up to you. The more you'll be receptive to seeing beyond just your limited senses. Number 8, you got to remember to ask yourself, what is my heart's desire? Is it different from what do I want? This is different from what do I need. This is your purpose. The reason you were put on this planet. The reason you're here to share and grow and experience, and your heart's desire is yours. It's uniquely yours. So identifying what your heart's desire is a very important part of the equation of you discovering who you are. Now, when I say identify your heart's desire, I don't mean go write it all down. I mean, ask yourself. Ask yourself, what is my heart's desire? What is my heart's desire? What is my heart's desire? And every question you ask, whether you consciously do it or unconsciously do it, gets an answer. It comes back in some sort of signal, whether it be externally in the world around you or internally, you'll have a thought or some sort of insight. You'll get a response. But you get responses to the questions you ask. And if you don't ask the right questions, well, then you only get the answers to the questions you ask. If you're asking low vibrational questions like, why does this always happen to me? Oh my goodness, like all that sort of stuff, you're going to get more of that. So ask yourself the higher questions. And the first one is, what is my heart's desire? And then wait. Go and live your life. Don't try to answer it. Don't try to journal about it and force it out of you and figure it all out. Just be patient. Go and live. Next question. This is number 9. Ask yourself, why am I? And then fill in the blank. This is a beautiful technique for programming your subconscious into being into a greater state of mind. For example, why am I always so empowered? Why am I always so capable? Why am I always excited to get up on stage? Why am I always confident to speak in front of people? Why am I always so happy? When you ask yourself these questions, your subconscious tries to figure out a way to serve it up to you so that it can validate your why question. And you've programmed it in such a way where it has no choice but to provide. You've front loaded a good positive attribute into the question, and you've thrown that out into the universe, into your deep, deep, deep subconscious. Why am I always so happy to get up on Saturdays and share a message with whoever shows up on YouTube? I just am. Why am I always so excited to share new mindfulness techniques with people? I just am. So, figuring out what you need in those moments, this is a great tool for you to use if you need a little bit of a boost. Let's say you're on the way to a meeting, or you're on the way to an interview, or on the way to a date. On the way there, what is filling your mind? You imagining how the date's going to go? Are you a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of nervousness? Are you going over your notes in your head? These are all valid things to do. However, if you stop for a moment and acknowledge the contents of your mind, and you stop and you say, why do I always have such beautiful first dates? Why do I always show up well for interviews? Why do I always get the job that I interview for? This is different. Ask yourself, just keep asking yourself, why do I always get the job that I interview for? Why do I always get the job that I interview for? Why do they always hire me on the spot? Why do I always get hired on the spot? This is not overbearing self confidence. This is programming your subconscious into feeding into your conscious mind the reality at which matches, syncing the two sides together. but you do it by consciously programming the subconscious so that it serves up, so that you guys can work in unison. So remember, ask yourself, why am I empowering thoughts? And the last, we've arrived, number 10. Number 10 is, in the morning, when you wake up, you start your day, you have to ask yourself the right questions. You have to program your day the same way you're programming your subconscious throughout the day. Program it in the morning by asking yourself the right questions. So number 10 is, ask yourself, what more is possible? Open-ended, completely unattached. Once again, positively programming, who knows? Beyond your expectations, beyond any possible fathomable reality that you can come up with, you will see something new. Because what is possible for you is based off of your past experience. What more is possible implies there's something beyond my possible conception. What is that? And when you wake up in the morning and you center yourself and you, with your open heart and open mind, and body feeling right, you ask yourself, what more is possible? I can't wait to see it. I'm going to go live my life today with an open, receptive mentality. And once again, when you do that, who are you speaking to? You're speaking it out into the universe. That vibration goes off forever and ever and ever and ever. You're also speaking it into your subconscious, who's going to serve that up to you in some unsuspecting way. But you have to go live your life. Do your duty. Do things that you don't know the reason why. Just do them. You get an impulse, oh, I want to go get a coffee. Okay. But I want to go to this place and not that place, someplace I've never been before. The more you have an understanding of a strict understanding of what you're doing and why you're doing it, the less you're allowing the infinite unattachment of all the outcomes to play. So that's the 10 steps to sync. Those are the mechanisms and tools that I use to recenter myself when I go throughout my day and I prepare. In the morning, I do my morning preparation to get my head right and wake up and listen to the right things and say the right things and think the right things and eat the right things. Okay, you're ready. And you go out into the world, you make it 10 steps, 30 steps, 40 steps, make it an hour, you end up in a meeting, and all of a sudden you're stressed. Some outside stressor has now invaded your space and you've lost that perfect sync. Pull up your phone. Look at your backdrop. Look at your screensaver. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Bring yourself back. Again, again, and again, as many times as you have to until it becomes natural. Until it becomes every bit of you. All of you. All encompassing. But it's part of the practice. It's part of the growth. Every time you have some sort of argument, conflict, this is an opportunity for growth. Opportunity to not behave the way you used to behave, but behave better. To let it go. To not let it tickle your ego and excite you into overactivity, which will lead you to making mistakes, regrets, overacting, overreacting. These are the moments where you get to truly practice. living on top of a mountain, and doing your meditation, and being separated from society, and having your connection with God is one way to do it. But that's not for everyone. You have to go live your life. You have to go see what you came here to see. So once you go and connect and have your moments, go out into the world with the right mindset, with the right intention, with the right open receptivity, understanding that we're all in this together. When someone says something negative to you, it didn't come from you, it came from them. There's no need to admonish them, there's no need to curse them. Just, hey, are you okay? I'm sorry you feel that way. Is something else going on? There's probably something else. But if you're not centered and you're not balanced and you're not doing the practices that you need to do to keep yourself centered, of course you're going to be pulled off balance by anyone else who's not doing their practices. That's not consciously awake. That's not alert. That's not aware. That's just angry and emotionally erratic about all sorts of stuff, whatever the problem du jour happens to be. Yep. So that's it. That's this week. Thank you for tuning in. For those who tuned in, 7 days later, hopefully I'll see you guys again. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Sophia, look at a little pause. She's sound asleep. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. You ready? You hungry? You must be. Oh yeah, you say hungry? That's the magic word. Yeah, stretch those legs. Sit. Sit for me. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Speak. Ooh. Speak. Speak. That counts. Speak louder. Speak. Good girl. Good girl. You're so smart. You're so smart. All right, let's go get you breakfast. Oh, shut this down first.